Hello again, everyone. Marcus here. I review stuff. Today I'm reviewing the song Dead and Buried by A Day to Remember. Of course, this comes as a request, so as always, if you would like to request something, please leave it in the comments and I'll be sure to get to it. Alright, so I've heard like 3 songs from A Day to Remember so far, and so far I think I've liked all of them. So I think so far my favorite has been Sometimes You're the Hammer, Sometimes You're the Nail. I don't know what it is about it. The lyrics really just sat with me on that one. Sat with me well, and I really enjoyed it, and the heaviness of it was, I think, really good too. So I think this one's off the same album, so hopefully I get something pretty similar that I enjoy. So let's go ahead and give it a shot. Again, this is Dead and Buried by A Day to Remember. Here we go.
Let me find the way that I can make do without circumstance, without follow through. A man in desperation can trust a troubled mind. I'm better than ever. Run a man of us all against one. No room for weakness. I'll be gone forever. Dear mother, as these things is placed around my neck, I'm reflecting on these past few years. It's been trying to forget. I'm regretting all these times, been at the world away. Will the children say when I'm dead and buried? Dead and buried. Dead and buried. Dead and buried. Dead and buried. I can't fight it. I can't fight it. I can't fight it. I've slipped through the cracks. I hold nothing back. Dear mother, as these things is placed around my neck, I'm reflecting on these past few years. It's been trying to forget. I'm regretting all these times, been at the world away. Will the children say when I'm dead and buried? Dead and buried. Dead and buried. Dead and buried. Dead and buried. Never try to be easy, 'cause it's none of it's worth it. You have a choice. Be your person, have your own voice. So let's set it off. Dear mother, as this news is placed around my neck, I'm reflecting on these past few years. It's been trying to forget. I'm regretting all this time spent out the world away. What will the children say? What will the children say when I'm dead and buried? Dead and buried. Dead and buried. Dead and buried. Dead and buried.
Yeah, that was really good. I like the heaviness behind it. Lyrically, I thought it was kind of interesting. I can't wait to read more into that. And yeah, it was a fine song. I feel like maybe there wasn't quite enough to really get me excited about it. But regardless, I thought it was heavy enough. It was interesting enough to still keep my attention. So anyway, let's go and take a look at it. Of course, starting with the lyrics. Let's see. One of the heavier songs off of the Common Courtesy album. Jeremy questions the impact he's had with his music and how would people react if Victory Records is able to end his career. The song's lyrics, let's see, there's maybe some information here. I'm opening this link in a new tab, see what it says. Was that Heartbreaking judge rules in favor of A Day to Remember and case against Victory Records. Okay, so they maybe had a dispute with their record label. Gotcha. All right, so The song's lyrics also show how he sings about the struggles with feeling suicidal and not knowing which way is up, but also not really caring where it is anymore. Alright, let's take a look at it. Let me find the way that I can make do without circumstance, without follow through. A man in desperation can't trust a troubled mind. I'm building an empire. Say I'm wrong. I don't mind if it's all against one. No room for weakness. I'll be gone forever. Dear mother, as this noose is placed around my neck, I'm reflecting on these past few years I spent trying to forget. I'm regretting all this time spent half the world away. What will the children sing? What will the children sing when I'm dead and buried? Dead and buried, dead and buried, dead and buried. Okay, so I'm wondering if, as the little bio there mentioned, if this part was specifically about suicide, that the noose put around his neck was, from himself. Because it's gotten to the point where it's too much to take, and so he thinks, okay, like, what is it going to be like when I'm gone? What will the children sing when I'm dead and buried? I can't fight, I can't fight it, I can't fight it. I've slipped through the cracks, I hold nothing back. Dear mother, as the noose is placed around my neck, I'm reflecting on these past few years I spent trying to forget. I'm regretting all this time spent half the world away. What will the children sing? And I think it's interesting. I wonder if, his touring, his music has sort of caused some of that, just because, like he says here, I'm regretting all this time I spent half the world away, regretting having, to be on the road all the time. I think it's kind of interesting here. Never thought it'd be easy, because it's not, if it's worth to have, it'll pass you by. You have a choice. Be your own person. Have your own voice. So let's set it off. Dear mother, as this noose is placed around my neck, I'm reflecting on these past few years I spent trying to forget. I'm regretting all this time spent half the world away. What will the children sing? What will the children sing when I'm dead and buried, dead and buried, dead and buried? Okay, I can kind of see maybe the whole Victory Records dispute here. I'm not too sure. I would say maybe here in verse 1, I'm building an empire. Say I'm wrong. I don't mind if it's all against one. No room for weakness. I'll be gone forever. So I can also kind of see how it's maybe about suicidal thoughts and wondering, like, what's the world going to be like when I'm gone? And what regrets do I have leading up to that? Lyrically, I thought it was interesting enough where, I wanted to know more about it. And I still think that there's a lot that can be left up to interpretation here. So, lyrically, 2 thumbs up. As far as the instrumentation goes, like I said, there wasn't quite enough to really, make me excited about this song. But what we did get, I think, was still pretty enjoyable. I really liked the heaviness behind the guitar, the drums. It had a lot of really heavy elements, which I thought worked really well for me. I do like heavier music, so this one, it was easy to kind of, headbang to a little bit. So I liked that. I wish there was just maybe a little bit more to it. Maybe like a really good guitar solo would have really set that off for me, or just something more, I think, interesting instrumentally. I felt like it was just heaviness without much intrigue to me. It seems like I could have easily forgotten the instrumentation and let it kind of fade into the background. If not for the heaviness, I think I would have just been like, okay, whatever. But like I said, I did enjoy the heaviness. I just wish there was a little bit more for me to really okay, man, that was fantastic. I want to come back for this particular part of the song. Maybe some interesting guitar riff or something that would have really solidified it for me. But despite that, like I said, I really did enjoy the heaviness behind it. I enjoyed the vocal performances like Kevin Scaff and Jeremy McKinnon. I think they did a great job. I liked the clean, more melodic vocals, and I also liked the singing, the screaming that we got throughout. And I think they did a good job of sort of differentiating and knowing kind of which one to do in which part of the song. So it definitely wasn't a bad song by any means. Like I said, my only criticism is I just wish there was a little bit more for me to really appreciate instrumentally. So for that, I give it a thumb up. And then as far as replay value goes, I think this one's going to go on the playlist. I enjoyed it enough where I feel like, yeah, I would listen to it again for sure. It's not going to be one that I really have on my heavy rotation, just because, again, I feel like I needed just a little bit more to keep me interested. But regardless, it was still a really good song. I give it a thumb up for replay value. So thank you so much for whoever requested this one. I still think this was a very solid request. As always, if you enjoyed the music, go support the artists. Go listen to their music wherever you can. One place you should be able to find this song is going to be in my Spotify playlist. It's in the description below, and it has every single song I've heard so far on my channel. If you want to support me, just all the normal stuff you do on YouTube, like and subscribe and comment. Alright guys, that's going to be it. Have a good one. See you next time.